All right, we're live. Oh, didn't put that in the chat. All right. All right, we're gonna wait for some people. Mic check. All right, good. Standard denial. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Weighed him down and put him in the same mood.
Oh, there it is. Oh, they're doing their fucking gospel talk, not knowing what they're talking about. All right. Let me just see. Parkour Master, what up? What up? Oh yeah, I gotta start freaking putting stuff in. How you doing, Parkour? Good to see you. Man, all right. Man, they're putting all Shannon Briggs fights up. It's crazy. That's good, Parkour. IBT needs to get on. So some channels that did through and said they well, not some, like one or two. Red Glove Militant. It's another channel. So I'm gonna wait for a few more to get in here. Just hit the topic. No way. Is Wilder vs Fury really gonna happen this year? The dude's gonna be 35 in October. I mean, that is crazy. Yeah, I still gotta wait for a few more people to get in here. Waiting for Ronald Finkley. Actually, that would be a good one. A good person to have on. McCall in China. I just think China will be the better place. I don't see if they could do it in Australia. We don't deserve it here. Yeah, I don't really see how they can do it here anyway. You there?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, Watcher?
Good, man. Hey, yourself?
Say that again?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, man. Finally
Yeah.
got you on. I don't know what was happening yesterday.
Yeah, I was working and trying to be on, and then my buddy was like, trying to act like he knows stuff about boxing, and it just was like I was working at the time. We were just kind of like having a few drinks and talk.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him at the
Yeah,
camera. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, man, good to have you on. Good to have you
Oh shit,
on.
my phone just died. Fuck. Damn, my phone died. Ain't got no time on this phone.
I was, were you at Fanon's channel last night? Yesterday? Fanon Boxing. I think he's dipped out. Turn the volume off? No, I can't hear him. We'll just wait. Yeah, I think you muted, Ronald. I think he's muted. All right, let's just. Yep, he muted. All right, he dipped off. It's all right. Let's just look. Hold on, let me just. All right, here we go. Let me just hear what Mark's got to say.
Today was because other people said it. That's all I was saying. And now that obviously what Tony was saying, all that him putting his weight on Wilder, maybe the next fight when they fight each other, you know.
All right. Daredevil Devon. Oh, okay. Yep, I gotcha. Wait, are you using two at the moment or just the one? Are you using your PM one and your Devon one? Because I remember you had another account. Yeah, I remember you had another account. Hold on, I gotta address someone in this other chat. Yeah, I feel like I don't need to. Oh, what up?
Can you hear? Yeah, my phone died. I had to get the iPad. Sorry.
No, all good, all good. You just switched your thumbnail for a minute. I'm like, is this a new person or? But yeah,
Well, no, my phone totally died. It's like acting
yeah,
up.
all right.
Phone charged today for some reason. You know how phones are.
Yeah, fine, always.
Yeah. So what's going on? I see the title. What was it? Was Deontay Wilder really was really cheated, right? Or
Yeah,
drugged, right?
Wilder really cheated. Well, I mean, everyone's like, when I say everyone, I mean, Wilder detractors or ones that obviously hate on him, but it's pretty clear that Fury did cheat, and I think because this has come out, this rumor from Blue Blood, I feel
Yeah.
like all the haters are getting really like jumpy because they know it could be true because Tyson Fury has a history of cheating. So if this is true, it's kind of like nail in the coffin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but you can speak on it. You can speak freely on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if he actually did cheat because it's like the track record is just long, and even from what the ref said back in one of his fights, I guess I saw a video where a ref said that he was the dirtiest fighter he ever seen, and just the whole Cunningham fiasco. Like when I watched that fight, because I watched that fight because they fought in America, so it was a televised fight, and just the way that him and Cunningham was going at it. It was a really good fight. And then Cunningham knocked him down. I'm surprised Tyson got up, but then like how he held Cunningham's head against the ropes and then KO'd him. That part right there kind of took the whole luster out of the fight to me. Because the fight was good up until then.
I mean, yeah, when I saw that the first time, because I was looking at Fury's highlight knockouts ages ago, and I thought Is that legit? Is that like a because I'd never seen that before in a fight. I'd seen people post with their lead hand. Like I remember Lennox Lewis used to do it a bit, but
Yeah,
he'd sort of
yeah,
let go, and then after he'd hit. You
yeah.
know?
It was like too hands-onsy to me. Like, like, goddamn, is this boxing or like what is this now? Is this like just some like abuse going on here? It's boxing a bit where like the like like you touching way too much and kind of getting away with it.
Yeah. I mean, oh, I got Preston here. All right, I'm gonna add Preston in soon, but I mean, I don't trust Preston. Preston was trolling yesterday, but anyway,
Yeah, I don't
um,
know.
yeah, I mean, it was pretty clear. I mean, he was holding his head, and then he hit him. You gotta understand. People call Fury pillow fisted. I'm not calling Fury a knockout artist, but he's definitely he can hit. I mean, he's 6'9" and he weighs over 250 pounds. Like he weighed 273 for the Wilder fight. I think he
That's
weighed
crazy.
250 for the Cunningham one. So anyone that big has got a bit of power. I mean,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
and
Gotta,
if
because
you
it's like,
hold, go ahead.
yep, yep. I'm not gonna talk over you. My bad.
No, that's all right. Yeah. I thought you were just gonna talk. I thought you had
Well,
something
yeah,
to say.
what you were saying, like how him being that big. I just was thinking like, yeah, because especially if he like sit down on his punch or he kind of like get the right leverage. I mean, of course he's going to hit harder with like with his full force coming forward or something. Like just depends on where the person's at when he hits him. It could be an uppercut, could be anything. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure some force behind a 250-pound guy. You know what I mean? Whether there's a draggy punch or just a flat out solid punch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
George,
There's just another um there's just another stream here I'm looking at. Yeah, I mean there's just a ton of people denying this cheating thing, you know. I want to get your thoughts firstly. Someone's in my private chat.
yeah,
I'm led to hear. Far out. What's this person saying? Anyway, sorry about that. I want to get your thoughts firstly on the drink, the alleged spiked drink that Wilder had. I want to get your thoughts on that because Blue Blood said that someone from his team did it because everyone's looking at. I don't know if you've seen, but everyone's looking at that Facebook post.
okay,
Um, there's like a Facebook post from like a group, a boxing group, but what they've done is they've added details in that Blue Blood never said, so they're going off of that rather than what Blue Blood said. But I just want to get your thoughts on the whole drink thing, if you've seen it.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I'm new to this whole. See, that's the thing. Like, they talk to certain people behind the scenes more than us. Yeah, we appreciate listening to the platforms and we see what we see, but like, I can't really speak on like what the drink thing is because I just kind of got the breaking news just like you guys. Only went by like just what I've been seeing. Like this is new to me too, the watcher. As far as like the drink situation.
Mm. Well, I'll fill you in anyway. I mean, it's a rumor, and pretty much someone from Wilder's team spiked his water, put something in it with that.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that part.
Yeah, and it just caused him to apparently not be himself, you know. So like when he took that mask off in the costume, he just felt he just felt weird. He felt sluggish, you know. But
Yep.
I mean, I want proof. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Um, like I hear a lot of people saying that he would have got tested after the fight. But I mean, if you put a small dosage of something like I don't know what would have been put in there. They're talking about poisoning and everything, but a small dosage is enough to screw you up for maybe 10, 15 minutes. The fight went for, I think, 24 minutes, 22 minutes, 23 minutes, because it was like 7 rounds altogether.
Yeah.
So maybe on his way to the ring when he had water beforehand, because everyone's
Yeah.
saying in the corner he had the water, but what I'm getting, the idea I'm getting is that he had it before he made the ring walk, and as he was walking, I mean, you got adrenaline pumping through your system, and you're getting into a fight, and maybe when he was walking, he just felt shitty, like even when he did the where he freaking loads up his arm, like he does the
loads up his arms until like he ready to go into war, like guns blazing. Yeah.
Like for me, that looked like a lot of effort. Like he was like really grinding his teeth. Like he kept looking up as well. They were taking his outfit off, and he kept looking up. He just staring up the whole time. And in the stare down, it didn't look right. People say these are excuses. These aren't excuses. These are reasonable explanations, because what we've got is someone potentially going behind Wilder's back, and then we've got this other thing. Actually, I think there's another one about metal being in the glove. Have you heard about that? I think Ron is muted. We'll wait for
About
Ron.
the gloves. Say that again. You still there, brother?
Yep.
Yeah. You were saying something about the glove. What'd you say? Because my phone had muted for some reason. My app.
It's all right. Yeah, it had mute on it. I said apparently Wilder's got indention like on the side of his face. I said on apparently Wilder's got you got your thing on.
Yeah, because the phone about to die. I got to switch back over. It's weird.
It's all right.
Sorry.
You need to switch now? I think you need to switch now. Who else? Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, Preston's definitely not. You there?
Yeah, I'm back now.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so apparently he's got like some indention on the side of his face. This is Wilder on like the bone part.
Yeah.
I don't quite know where. All I know is on the side of the face. I don't know the exact point, but apparently it's being caused from a punch, and like a metal object inside the glove. But yeah, I mean, you didn't hear of that one, or did you hear that one from Blue Blood or from the other rumors?
Well, no, I didn't hear that. Like you just said, he had like an indentation or something on the side of his cheekbone. Like, see, that's the thing. I've been watching that show, Blue Show, but yeah, you're right. That's good to know. I just heard it first from you because I didn't know that he actually. See, that's the thing. I haven't heard all of the proof yet. I just kind of knew that they people broke news and they were saying like it was more information to come. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to hear it from Wilder.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I want to hear it from him, actually, and that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, like I can't just. There's a problem with Blue Blood is he's done this before, where he's done it once where he said there were rumors Fury failed the VADA test, and then the next day, like they came out with VADA. But Blue didn't say for sure, but he did imply it. And the way he was saying it, to me, sounded like he sort of wanted Fury to have failed, but he also said it would be bad if he failed. But for me, I just want to hear it from Wilder, because Wilder's got this teammate from his camp called Tay Jones. He's a smaller guy. He's a professional boxer as well. And he's tweeted on his Twitter. He barely has any replies from it, but he on the 23rd he said, all the truth coming out now. I'm glad it is at Bronze Bomber. And then the tweet after that was like, been having to keep a little silent on the situation, but the truth is out now. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how long would have to wait for Wilder to come out, because they say they got proof from a doctor as well and all this other documentation. Like, If they,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
not
like
sure if what were you gonna say?
yeah, I agree. Like you, I remember the time you're right when I thought Fury had popped because that's where I got the breaking it from, like from Blue Blood. Like it kind of came out there like like of course we was hoping that it was true because of the one test result, but like at the same token it was kind of like out. It was kind of like breaking news, but not really. It shouldn't have been. It wasn't authentic yet, but it shouldn't have been like maybe put out there that fast. But yeah, but back to what you were saying about the last part. See, that's the thing. I'm all over the place right now. I'm drinking hot tea right now because my throat hurt.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen Wild on Instagram. He put something up about the coronavirus, and he's with his fiance Telly Swift. Um,
that's her name, Telly Swift.
yeah, Telly Swift.
See, I don't
Yeah.
even follow. I follow Wilder, like the Bomb Squad channel, but you actually follow the Bronze Bomber channel, and you follow the different one. What is it, Telly Swift?
Oh, is there a Telly Swift one?
Oh,
Because
it is. Yeah.
I know Wilder has a YouTube channel, but it hasn't been used in years.
Oh wow. Well, I know he got the Bronze Bomber Instagram. That's the only one I watch. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
rarely post on that, but that's the only one that I've noticed.
We got P Boxing in the building. How you doing?
Yeah, what's up, man? I just got off the Unrivals channel. I was literally defending Deontay Wilder for like 3 hours, man. They were
You
like,
on there for
everyone's like
3 hours?
running up on me.
I know
Nearly
that
three
must have
hours,
been a
yeah.
lot of work, but that must
Oh
have been a
man.
lot of work.
And you know what, Ronald? Yeah, Wilder. Wilder's not even my favorite fighter. It's just because the way they're going against him is like it's pissing me off. Like, you know what I mean? Like the unfairness that's going around. It makes me, it makes me a fan, I suppose. Yeah, I'm becoming a fan, slowly
You,
but
you,
surely.
you know what, Pete Boxing? It's not so much as that like you defending him, but it's like they're not even like facing reality when it comes to dealing with these different subjects. Like why people feel the way like Tyson Fury cheated, or why do they come? They don't even really come at you with like the truth. They just kind of like just beat around the bush, crack a little joke here and there, but they're not really understanding like there's a lot of logic, or I just don't understand why they think the way they think. Some of them, you know, personally.
I
Yeah,
just think, I just think the way Wilder and the LDBC is perceived. These people are so wrong. I'm trying to build a bridge, but I think it's unrepairable. Like you, it's totally waste of time. And watch it. I seen you on the comment section earlier. Was that you, or was that somebody else using your
no, that
identity?
was me. That was me soldiering on.
Yeah, I was speaking to. I don't know if you know Sporting Icon. He was on there. And Unrivaled Boxing and a couple of other dudes. Literally, these guys, they got their own narrative. I'm trying to tell them, listen, Blue Blood and 78, they got direct link to Wilder. But they're saying, how true is this? I'm saying, why would they do that? Why would they put this news out there? Because if they line on Wilder's name, Wilder wouldn't give them interview. So you have to believe what they're saying.
Pete Boxing, where's their closeness to actual Tyson Fury or whoever they try to defend? Like, do they have? Like, I'm not familiar with them, Unrivaled and them, but do they have like close? I guess you would say, like updates on like the fighter itself. Like, do they talk to fighters? Like, I'm not familiar with
No,
their chat.
they don't.
I think Sporting Icon, he talks to Dillian White, but as far as the other guys, I don't think they talk to Wilder or Fury, or I don't think they got that link. They just going around what the articles are saying, and Sky Sports articles, boxing scene, that type of stuff. But then they don't have direct link to the fighters.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they make it up as they go. Like they get from boxing scene and such, and then they just kind of come up with their own theory, and they say this is why Deontay Wilder is lying or some shit like that. Like,
Okay, the guy that wrote the article about his the suit that he was wearing. That guy, he lied on Wilder, didn't
yeah. Well, I mean, look, man, you fell right into the. I mean, I appreciate that you actually went to Unrivaled's channel, because that dude, he doesn't talk much sense when it comes to situation.
No. When it comes to boxers, he's actually quite good. He knows like every single boxer. You could ask
Oh
him,
yeah, I know
you could
that.
ask him about every single boxer. He will like break down like, how old they are, how many fights they had, what the amateur, everything. When it comes to that, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
he's good at it. And
Yeah,
the thing
Unrival's
is,
good at that. But yeah, I remember Unrival, but in the comment section, he just flat out like, yeah, I've seen Unrival way back in the day. But yeah, like in the comment section, he's just like outlandish. Like at this point, I don't even pay him no attention when I see him in this comment section.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're a bit fidgety over this stuff that's coming up because you have to understand, like, the whole bull meat thing as well. That's sort of gone under the radar. Let me just time out Presto again. Fucking
What
this
in
guy.
He's in the chat or something, or he's in the
He's in the public one. It doesn't matter. Look, man, those freaking. I don't mind Unrivaled, but look, when it comes to the Wilder stuff, and you can't just say, oh, he avoided this, and then not back it up with facts. You know, sporting icons for me. Look, whether P-Boxing enjoy talking to him or not, it's irrelevant. That dude's a fucking liar. Okay, he's a liar. He talks to Dillian White. He's clearly got a bias, and that probably means that Blue Blood has got a bias if he talks with Wilder. But like, if Wilder has said to Blue Blood that, and he's showed Blue Blood like documents on if he's cheated, if Fury's cheated, and all this, and it eventually comes out that it's true, then it just shows that it just shows how the haters or the trolls or whatever, while the detractors straight up lied, because they're saying shit like he would have been tested after the fight, but I don't think people understand that. Like,
and also, there was one guy there. I think he knows a lot about.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
There's a guy that knows that there was a guy on there. Actually, he was quite fair. He was American. He basically said he could have been drugged because it depends what time he got drugged, and some drugs can stay in your system for a short amount of time. So once you get the VADA test, it will go out of your system. So it could still mean, even though you're clean on VADA, it could still be somehow in your system. But this is the thing. These people, they want to go and just go ahead with what they want to believe, and this is the thing. This is why the argument. This is why the argument is always about.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, yeah, I can see something like that's what they're sticking with as far as the rebuttal, like saying like something could be in your system for a short period of time. So of course it's not gonna. Well, for us, that's how they rebuttal. Blue Blood number probably reporting about him being poisoned, but if it ain't in your system after the fight, then it's like it's a lie, which is possible for something to be poison you, and then like you said, it's going out of your system. But I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna just kind of wait, because it can't get too worked up about like what the actual breaking news is. But I hope it is actually real proof, personally from the doctor on up, and and if Fury has to be banned, hey, I'm with that, because I knew a boxer, Levander Johnson from Atlantic City. He passed away right after the fight, right in the ring. Damn near, he died in the ring, bro. Rest in peace to Levander Johnson. He was a title holder at 147, 140, I think. But he died in the ring because of basically he just took a beating that night. So if Fury did beat somebody like that, I don't want to see the third fight personally. If it's proof actually there, you see what I'm saying? That's just me respecting the sport of boxing.
And this was the argument. They're saying if this is true, then shouldn't Wilder basically, sue them and and get his title back instead of going into the third fight? But my argument was maybe Deontay Wilder doesn't want to do that. Maybe he wants to get revenge inside the ring, and at the same time, he's gonna lose out on money as well. So maybe that's why. That's one of the reasons. But they're saying, Blue Blood is just defending. But then I said, no, it's not just Blue Blood. It's a few people doing it. BFTB is doing it. Drew Titan is doing it, and even the General 78 is doing it as well. The man that created the LTBC. So that's the guy, the general is the guy that has direct link with Deontay Wilder. He's got a good relationship with him. Why would he jeopardize his contact like that? I don't understand that. Why would he make up a lie? There must be something, there must be some factual going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I explained to Watcher a second ago, like we just kind of hear the breaking news, but at the same token, these guys have actual real access to the real professional that actually would tell them certain things. So it's definitely authentic information. But like I'm just sitting back waiting, like you are, like the Watcher is, but at the same token, I hope it's actually proof. You see what I'm saying?
I do, because it makes look. I'm not with the LDBC, but I'm closely associated with them, so I do like them. I do like that boxing community. I think it's a good community, the Lions Den.
No question. It's a great community because you get the updates on fights. You get to talk about the fights that just happened, and it's almost like going to the fight. And I think it causes people to actually want to turn on their TV or want to actually pay for a pay-per-view, or maybe even go to an event, because I'm right near New York. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for the whole sport to talk about something every day to get people back into the sport,
Yeah. I mean, like, look, maybe it's true. Maybe this is all true. Maybe it's all BS, but you can't just jump at it and say that it's not true, because these guys have Wilder's phone number, right? They got Chris Bates, his like assistant bodyguard. They got his number. They got contact with Jay Diaz. So like, I mean, why would they lie? What incentive would there be to lie? Why would Wilder lie about this? Why would his teammate Tay Jones lie about it? I don't. That to me doesn't add up.
Especially if there's more money in it. Like, it's more money in to not talk to people about it. Like,
yeah,
it must be really deep if this information does come out. That it was. I mean, I just feel like the sport it should be protected. At all costs, because next thing you know, everybody feel like they could probably be doing it because whoever was at that event, whoever was around that, could maybe spread their bad seed onto another fight. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, this type of stuff can be like looked over. But why? If it's looked over, then it's hurting the sport. In a lot of ways.
And another thing as well to add it, and I just don't understand, how. Deontay Wilder, he's been hurt in many fights, and he's never been, like, he's never been hurt that much. And Tyson Fury is not known to have a power. So suddenly, this guy that's known to be pillow fist is got the magic power. It's like they reverse their role. Like, I just don't get it. I can't buy it. I'm sorry, but how did he get the power like that? You know what I mean? It's like, we're not kids at them. We're grown men. I'm not going to sit here and say he's. There must be something in there. Whether I don't think there was any object in his hands, but I think he was drugged. I will go with that one. I think because the way the whole thing, when you look at the backstage when they were showing us, the clips when he's backstage, him leaning on his wife. He looked tired. I've never seen Deontay Wilder like that. Even when he was coming to the ring, he wasn't himself. I just think this guy, Tyson Fury, he took full advantage of, Deontay Wilder.
Well, what happened was, I mean, look, I'm just going to make a hypothetical up. Let's just say he did get like drugged, right? Right, he walks to the ring, right, and Fury has been working with Sugar Hill on just bull rushing Wilder, right? Really stepping on the punches and turning and, really holding, your ground with the punches.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of a perfect disaster. It's a disaster waiting to happen with Wilder in that sense. But like I said before, I mean, we need proof. And look, that's not the only if that comes out as the reason why he, felt shit and everything, I mean, we'll just time out Preston again. I'm gonna have to block you soon, though. I mean, I've given you multiple chances. But anyway, The back of the headshots, the choking, the leaning, I remember I saw a bit where, you know, in the ring, how there's the corners. There's all the corners. There's the two neutral, then there's the blue and the red corner. The corner thing though, the corner block. Fury like stepped into Wilder, like he was like hugging him and just like ramming him into the corner.
Oh yeah, I
And
seen that.
happened-
I seen
Yeah,
that.
you can see because look, Wilder is a big dude, but he doesn't have like the biggest arms, like you know. And at that
Yeah.
point, he was completely shot, like he had no energy. I saw the arm like hit the block, and like
Okay.
then Fury's arm in between. So like Wilder's arm just got wedged. So maybe that's where that bicep injury, because he said he had a bicep injury. Maybe that's where like a bicep injury was had. But because that one's been circulating as well. But I mean, we're gonna have to see at the end of the day. You know, I'm a Wilder fan, but I'm not gonna be biased and say, "Oh yeah, it's true." Like I'm gonna have to see. I need a visual. I need to hear it. I don't want to read false, bogus articles on Boxing Scene or Yahoo Sports. You
And
know?
see, and that's the thing right there. Like, you know, I hope this is not a ploy. I mean, it actually has to be proof put out there now, you know, actually from the horse's mouth. You know, that's just my opinion because, you know, I just don't want nobody to think that, you know, clickbait is cool. At least for myself, clickbait ain't cool. You know what I mean? Like, if it's new media, it's new media. You know what I mean? So I want to hear it from actually the horse's mouth at this point. You know,
I agree,
I'm
man.
gonna just keep it real. I ain't gonna sit there and sugarcoat it. You know, because I saw it as what it was. It's gonna be proof. It's coming. So that's what I'm expecting. Because I speak English and I understand it. That's what that means. If somebody say that they got proof.
Yep, completely agree, man. I mean, like,
Because if that's the case, it just hurts Wilder even more. Because now you got to deal with more people talking shit about what you had. You know, for proof it was garbage. You know, this is the way you
yeah,
can combat it better.
at this point, I do want it to be true, even though it's bad that if Wilder like that happened to Wilder, they have to come out, and I don't want to wait 2 months for this. Like maybe this week, sometime this week or next week, we should get this information because, like you said, people are going to talk shit about it, and it's just going to make his reputation look bad. It's going to make him look like a desperate. It's going to look desperate.
And speaking on that, Watcher, because like you just said, like everything just kind of got back to normal. Like people were thinking about fights again, and then you know you get this news that kind of puts a damper on just getting back to boxing. You know, hopefully fights start. You know, I just don't want it to kind of. I feel like that would kind of hamper the respect of boxing by having to talk about this if it ain't true. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, agree.
And another thing as well, like I just, you know, I don't know why, you know, respect to Blue Blood and 78, I don't know why they, you know, brought this information out. You know, I wish that Wilder came out with it first, because that way all these people that are laughing and, you know, he could have shut them up at least. You know, because
Well,
now
who would he bring it out
saying,
to? But like, who would he bring it out to? It would have to be like on a platform. Like, would you want him to just say it on Instagram so everybody can know the information, or would you rather him just bring it to like what he feels comfortable in that type of setting? Like, what you would feel like? You would feel like which one is better? Like, just saying it, or just kind of like taking it to the source that you would rather them speak your truths. You see what I'm saying?
okay, maybe make a direct interview with Blue or 78. Just, you know, go in with them and just talk to them. Don't talk to anyone else. Just tell them with your voice, this is what happened, this is what's going to happen. But at the same time, now that, because this is a very, very serious allegation, what Fury is getting accused of now is you know, this is a jail sentence. This is you know, a felony. You know,
You right.
know, if this is true, he tried to kill the man. You know, this is not something. This is very, very serious. You know, when you look at it, it's very deep, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm really shocked. Like, you know, because it's very bad, man. Because the sport looks very in a bad condition. You know, if this is true.
Yeah, for Fury it would look very bad, and like for all the people involved, like on either side, like, it would look very bad. It kind of makes me wish they never fought the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry to cut you off. You get
no,
back to. I'll remember what you said just there. We got Andrew Tucker World, who's been sending troll comments on my channel. I actually don't dislike Andrew. I think he has an okay channel, but he has said here, "Watch you call me out." That's not true. Do you want to talk men to men? I'm assuming that's a man to man, no BS. Well, Andrew, there's a link. So click the link, my friend. I'm not gonna be swearing. I'm not like BFTB at least.
what
I'm
is
not
his
gonna
name?
swear.
Tucker's World. He said his name was Tucker's World or some shit.
Andrew Tucker World.
Oh, I can't see the chat, but
People Deshaun Thompson says people are going to talk no matter what you do. Trust me, I know I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah, but anyway, Ronald, get back to your thing. You wish they never fought the first time?
well, don't get me wrong. It was exciting the first fight, and it was an event though. I tell you, because our dag show was making sure I got to the laptop to pay for that joint and watch it, because it was such a thing. Whereas though it was an event, and it was like, we know how certain people fight, and then I seen how Tyson Fury fights. So it's just about like the competition level of it. So it was very exciting. So I'm not sad it happened, because I did enjoy the fight, but just the whole cloud over top of it now, from then to now, it just kind of takes me back to like AJ. Not saying that that's the same type of scenario, but just the whole turmoil of messing up the heavyweight division. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just wish everybody just respect the rules personally.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they didn't fight there at that time, I think maybe I don't know who else would have really filled in, because Brazil was mandatory at that time. But then you had guys like Dillian White, who wouldn't take the fights that he actually needed to take. But yeah, I mean, you go respect. This is, sometimes I don't even call this a sport because of how brutal it is. Because people have lost their lives in this sport, and if it's true that this comes out, you are right. Fury will look bad. Like he will look really fucking bad.
Yep. I mean, when he when he won, I was hoping to see Fury all over the Night Show and all those types of shows, talking about the fight. Didn't see anything. All I saw was somebody who kind of cut the cameras off and walked away after winning the championship. That's suspect in itself to me, as far as just the sport as a whole of boxing. You would hope the person would want to do a celebration, a celebrity, what they call it, a celebrity round around a lap type situation. I didn't see that. I didn't see that after he won. I'm pretty sure if Deontay Wilder would have won, we would have probably have seen that, on all the shows in America. He'd have probably took a worldwide tour lap. But I mean, did you see Tyson Fury on any shows that were significant? See, that's the thing. I didn't see him on ESPN. I didn't see him nowhere after he won, like, celebrating his win as the heavyweight champion of the world.
The only show I've seen him was, there's a ITV morning show in the UK.
Okay.
That's the only show I've seen him in. But I haven't really watched TV recently. But no, like, they haven't made a big deal out of it, to be honest. Because when AJ had the title for the first time, they made a big deal about it. But with Fury, for some reason, yeah, you're right. Like, in that aspect, yeah, because he's based in America now, and you would have think, that he'd be celebrating, around the USA television, like Fox and ESPN and all the other platforms.
Especially ESPN, you would think he would have been celebrated, because of Bob Arum and that whole situation, is, to promote your fighter as the worldwide champion. You would think he would have been on TV first thing that morning,
I just this story, like, from day one, it's been getting heated, man. Like, I don't know, man. This, there must be some facts about this, because why would Wilder want to say this? You know what I mean?
It must be true. Like, look, I say to myself a lot. I said this throughout my life. I said, don't assume things. Like, don't always assume things, because then you're led to a false truth, right?
Yeah.
But you were speaking about like Fury going on TV shows or celebrity shows. I remember after the first fight with Wilder. Well, we'll put Andrew in a sec. The first fight with Wilder. I gotta get my audio fixed here. He went on like the James Corden show. That's what Wilder went on.
Yeah.
And like that was James Corden, yeah.
I'm not quite familiar with it. I heard the name before, but is it like a daytime sports show?
No, it's not a sports show at all. It's a freaking, like Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, okay, the James Corgan show.
Yeah. Corden. I think you said Corgan, but it doesn't matter.
He used to be. He's from England, yeah, but he's based in. He's now moved to the America now. Yeah, he's from Britain, UK, but yeah, he's successful in America now.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's put Andrew in. The man himself. Welcome.
What's good, man? You can hear me?
Oh yeah.
What's good, Andrew, man?
What's going on, Pete Boxing? What's going on, one of the soldiers? What's going on with you, bro?
What's good? How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, Ronald? That's Ronald Finkley, right?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Andrew Tucker?
I'm doing all right, man. Yeah, I see you around. I know you one of the generals. I mean, one of the generals of part of the LDBC. So I most definitely been seeing you around for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm a boxing fan for sure.
Yeah, I know you are. Trust me. I know everything, bro. I'm like one of them. I'm like one of the guys that sit in the cut that got a camera that can see everything. You know what I'm saying? But watch him, man. You got a problem with me, man? I just want to say this, man. Do you have a problem with me?
Absolutely not.
I ain't got no problem with you either, brother. The thing is this, man. I tell cats all the time, bro. I tell them all the time. I do not have nothing against Deontay Wilder. I know you can go ahead and get on me. I know I have made videos talking about Wilder and coming at Wilder, and I had my reasons. But at the end of the day, I have no hate, I do not dislike Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I felt that Wilder, I said it all the time. Wilder's dangerous. He got a lethal right hand. He got power. And he hit you with that right hand and he hurt you. He gets you out of there. You can be beating him. You can be winning rounds. But all it takes is one right hand from Wilder to hurt you or to knock you out. You know what I'm saying? He's a one punch knockout artist. And I respect him, you know what I'm saying, for getting in the ring. Because I'm going to say this. I respect every fighter that step in the ring and that put his life on the line for our entertainment. I said this plenty of times in the past, and I'm going to keep saying it. I respect every fighter. Don't matter who it is. If it's your favorite fighter or a fighter you dislike or a fighter you don't like, I respect every fighter that step in the ring and that put his life on the line for our entertainment. Now, I said this. Now me and you was going at it. And we were saying, you were saying that Wilder didn't avoid Klitschko, or Klitschko. I was telling you that your voice BFTB said that Klitschko avoided Wilder, and I'm just telling you that's not true. You know what I'm saying? I understand the business side of boxing, I understand politics, but I'm telling you, no, Vladimir Klitschko ducks no fighter. He did not duck Wilder. But at the end of the day, I do know that they felt at the time when Wilder was like 29 and 0 or something like that, 30 and 0, they felt that Wilder wasn't ready for Vladimir Klitschko. So they didn't want him to rush into the fight that they felt that he wasn't ready for. Now, I know that it was a situation where Wilder could have faced Klitschko, and they made it seem like Klitschko didn't want to face Wilder because it was other fights that they had lined up that made a lot of sense business wise that I felt that could have been worth more money or generated more money or worth more money. So I understand that as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like Wilder didn't duck Klitschko. Klitschko didn't duck Wilder.
Andrew.
Hold on, let me finish talking. Hold on, let me finish real quick. And so all I'm saying is this: whether people can say that Wilder was getting beat up by Klitschko and sparring and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, sparring is sparring, and I do understand that. And it's all about when they actually step in the ring and they face each other. But I feel like Wilder didn't duck no Klitschko, and Klitschko didn't duck no Wilder. Yes, it was an opportunity that could have took place a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And it would most definitely gave Wilder career a whole different look. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, he's still, you know, even losing to Fury, he's still, if I'm not mistaken, he's still in the conversation. He's still top 4, if not number 4, he's number 3, and if not number 3, number 4. So it's I mean, I felt like, you know, people were talking about Fury, the glove gate, Fury did this, Fury did that. I felt that Fury beat him fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Now
Andrew.
All right, go
Andrew,
ahead.
earlier I was on Unrival's channel about half an hour ago, okay? And one of the guys that was on there, Tony Review, he said, you know, one of the reasons why he beat him is because he leaned on him. He used his whole, you know, body on him. And, you know, that's a way of cheating in a way, you know? And for you to say it's fair and square, you know, Fury cheated a lot in that fight. You know, whether, you know, the other stuff is true, whether he got dragged or not, I'm not even talking about that. But the fight itself, he was headlocking him. He was using like dirty tactics, you know. And yeah, the thing is about the Klitschko one. Yeah, you know, I was gonna say something, but you hit the nail on the head because you said both men didn't duck each other, because that's true, because they both had the same promoter in Shelley Finkel, and it was up to them to make the fight. They could have easily made the fight, but they both took a different direction.
Right, and I'm gonna say this, man, like, you know, like people could say Fury was leaning on Wilder. You know, Fury a big guy. I understand that he was leaning on Wilder and he was doing little dirty tactics and things of that nature.
Eight chokeholds. You can't forget that.
And people were saying, yeah, I heard people saying it as well. He was saying chokeholds and things of that nature. Well, are we gonna use that against? Hold on, time out. I understand that. So I understand that. So you saying chokeholds? So are we going to? Because the fight is over with. It's done with.
Yeah, it's over.
Okay,
with, yeah.
The fight is over with. So are we going to continue to use that as an excuse, or are we going to sit back and wait to see what's going to happen in the trilogy? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know Fury is the better boxer, but Wilder is still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this. People might agree with me or disagree. Wilder is still dangerous. Wilder has a puncher's chance. There's some things that Wilder do that can make it hard for a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? But
Andrew Tucker, can I ask you this one question?
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, the first fight. Would you agree that Fury was in tip-top shape as he was in the second fight? Yes or no?
I'm gonna answer your question. I felt that Fury had I believe two tune-up fights. I don't think Fury. I felt that Fury was in enough. It was in enough shape. Was in shape enough, you know, to compete with Wilder. I can't honestly say that Fury was 100% mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? But I can honestly say that Fury was in enough shape to compete with Wilder. I feel that he lost a lot of weight. You got to remember, he coming off a long layoff, dealing with drugs, dealing with a mental illness. So at the end of the day, you got to respect Tyson Fury, whether you want to or not. You got to respect the guy. So I don't blame Tyson Fury. You know, because a lot of guys he was talking about committing suicide and all. Man, we didn't think Fury was coming back, bro. We thought Fury was. I'm just saying, hold on.
Even though Fury is that big, it just looked like Deontay Wilder was weaker. Like even though Deontay Wilder is smaller naturally, but you said as far as you see in his body language that he didn't look didn't look like Deontay Wilder that I'm used to seeing boxing. I've been watching him for like 4 years straight. Like he didn't look strong at all, bro.
So you think it had something to do with the costume, or you think it's something much deeper than that?
It's got to be something deeper than that, personally, to me. You know.
Well, yeah, man. What I want fighters to, man. I don't, if something was going on, something affected Wilder, I just really want Wilder, man, to be 100% mentally and physically, and for the next fight. And no, I want no more excuses, nothing. I just want it to be fair and square, and they get in there and we see what happens, man. Because at the end of the day, it's all about when them two fighters step in the ring. It's all about when they step in the ring, and then that's going to determine what the outcome going to be. Yeah, I favor Fury to beat him, but at the end of the day, Wilder could surprise a lot of people and end up knocking Fury out. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about when they step in the ring. It's all about when they step in that ring. People can speculate. People can say what they want to say. They can say that Wilder gonna get destroyed, he gonna get crushed. And I probably might be I mess around sometimes and I say little things that I really don't mean, but I end up telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
You Andrew Tucker's World, you kind of like had a really good story and everything, and I appreciate how you came on and you represented to exactly what you felt about this boxing debate. They need to show the hand wraps from the beginning of the time they put the gloves on, and they need to have like an hour of just watching these dudes prepare for this fight, bro, for the third fight, to keep everybody satisfied, to understand like what's fair and what's not fair. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying, like the Athletic State Commission, like everybody that's doing their job, need to make sure that everything is good, everything is in place, everything is straight. There ain't no funny business going on, and that, because at the end of the day, we got to make sure, and I say it all the time, we got to make sure that these fighters are protected. That these fighters, because a lot of fighters has lost their life in the ring, man. So, ain't making sure ain't nothing going on with the gloves, ain't nothing going on with the nothing under the padding, nothing inside the glove, that everything is legit and there's no cheating and there's none of that. That everything is just on the even playing field, man, and going in and see it again. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we gotta most definitely make sure that these fighters are, we got to make sure these fighters are protected and make sure in the safety of these fighters come first. So at the end of the day, we got to make sure that everything is good, before these fighters step in the ring, so it can be a fight. So this fight can be a fair and square fight. No cheating and none of that. Make sure the referee is a good referee and everything is in place, because I just get tired of all the other stuff that's going on, man. This happened, that happened. Where if it end up being the truth of that, this happened, this fighter cheated or whatever like that, I don't want that to be the same situation. I don't want that to be in the next go round, the next fight. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear none of that. I just wanted to be like everything to be good and that everything to be in place, and we just see what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? And I tell cats all the time, man, like, I don't have no, I have to remind these cats, bro, I have no hate against Deontay Wilder. I have I did not dislike the man. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I might say some things because I might be upset when it comes to him versus him in a certain situations when it comes to other fighters. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We do know that it's the business. The boxing is a business, and we do know that they have managers, they have promoters, and they promoters have a team. You know what I'm saying? So advisors and everything, all those things. So we know that the business side of boxing is gonna come first, and that's why that's why I hate. That's the part of boxing I hate. That it's difficult to make certain fights that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, we got the fighters, man. Well, that fight don't make sense business-wise because there's not a lot of money in that fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I just at the end of the day, I want to see the best fight, the best, man. I want to see a good fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
To talk about the referee, like Kenny Bayless, I think that was the wrong referee to have as well in that fight, because he was letting Tyson Fury, get away with a lot of stuff. As soon as they touch each other, the referee should come in, but he was letting Tyson Fury like headlocking him and all that sort of stuff. And to move away from that as well, like, where did Tyson Fury get this power? I still can't get over it.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Because this is what I always like to do. I always like to present something to the people that's going to get the people's attention. You know what I'm saying? How many knockouts Fury got on his record?
I think he's got like is it like 20, 21 or something like that?
How many wins Fury have in total? How many wins?
I think I can't remember precisely, but I think it's got around 29 or is it 30 now?
I'm gonna help you. Yeah, I believe you.
Like,
I believe it's.
yeah,
I believe it's
somewhere around
somebody.
there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
somewhere.
I believe y'all close. So I'm gonna help y'all
Like
out.
21, not 22 knockouts or some shit.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't
help y'all
know.
out. Yeah. I'm hold on real quick. Tyson Fury. Right. I got y'all. Just give me a second. All right. So Tyson Fury has 30. He has 30 wins and he has 21 knockouts. Right.
Okay.
So, and it says wins by KO. Okay. So that's not at like Fury hasn't knocked anybody out before. He has 21 knockouts, 30 wins. Those knockouts, you can say a higher percentage of his wins, mostly by knockout. He has 30 wins. 30 wins.
Well, look at the competition though. Like Pinata, what that dude name before Pinata or some shit.
Right, I agree, and you can say the same. And you can say the same thing when it comes to some of Wilder opponents. You know what I'm saying?
All of Wilder's opponents in the last 30 and more fights, like after Wilder hit 30 fights, all his fights were mostly ranked opponents. Compared to Tyson Fury, I didn't see like Tyson do any hard work with his last ranked opponents. Wilder been out here like wearing and tearing on his body. That's what separates him from all the other heavyweights to me. It's because who he fought. You know who he fought. You know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you gotta give both fighters credit because when they step, they have certain fighters. Certain fans and certain boxing fans, whether it's casual or hardcore, they're not gonna give these guys credit for. But I give Wilder credit for the Lewis King Kong Ortiz fight. I give him credit for winning both of those fights.
Well, no question. I see your respect for both fighters.
Yeah, I give him credit for those. I give him credit for that victory. A lot of people is not gonna give him credit for that. Give him credit for those two victories. I give him credit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I give him credit for the first Bermane Stiverne. You know what I'm saying? I give him credit for the first fight. The second fight, Bermane Stiverne wasn't. We already knew Wilder was going to destroy him. He wasn't in shape. He just didn't have what it take. He just wasn't there mentally and physically. We knew that Wilder was going to destroy him. So
frustrated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, it's certain fights, you can honestly say you give Wilder credit for it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it has to be the same thing with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Even though Klitschko was of a certain age, but Klitschko was still dangerous, man. You know what I'm saying? So I give him credit for that win. You know what I'm saying? I give him credit. One of my favorite heavyweights, I give him credit for defeating a very tough and rugged. But I even think Derek Chisora is on a whole nother level than he was then, though. I think he's a more complete and better fighter, you know what I'm saying, than he was at the time when he fought Tyson Fury. So I give Tyson Fury credit for those two victories. You know what I'm saying? And I also give
the funny thing though, Andrew Tucker World is like there's a whole set of different rules over there though. Most of those UK fighters are on pads, man. They can't fight here. Like as far as like if they were so good, why won't they fight in America?
But Ronald Fingley, I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro, because I agree with you when it comes to that.
This is the big stage.
It's just not over there in the United Kingdom, though, brother. It's also over here in the United States. It's a lot of dirty fighters in the sport of boxing, brother. It's a lot of dirty fighters, and in history, it was a lot of fighters that was exposed.
What would you say about the PBC platform? Because believe it or not, it's the most built-up platform in America that looks the most legal and the most go by the rules situation. So do you feel like that any fighter can like blossom on that platform compared to the dirty platforms? Because you got VADA testing supposedly, even though Tyson Fury didn't check into it until like a month before the fight, from what I remember. But you think that those UK fighters should just come over here?
Yeah, I absolutely think. Yeah, man, I'm all for the fighters from different parts of Europe, or from it's just that country alone, the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I want all those fighters to come over here, man, to come to the United States and
They
fight over
seem
here.
relevant over here. They seem relevant over here because everybody always talking about them. I just
Yeah,
feel like
yeah, because you gotta remember, it's a lot of great fighters that from that country that fought over here. Look at Lennox Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, Lennox, yeah.
Look at I believe Frank Bruno had a few fights over here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Lennox was feared when he first came over here. I didn't really like Lennox when he first came over here because the way he looked, you could just tell he was like a serious type of fighter. But
Yeah,
he came over here and conquered. And Frank Bruno, he came over here and he got his butt whooped. I think by what was it, Mike Tyson? I think beat him.
Mike Tyson. But Bruno was doing his thing though before he was
Yeah,
pretty tough before he came across Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he was pretty tough. He was doing this thing, and it's a few fighters, man, that and I believe no matter what country you from, I'm with you 100%. I think it's all about keeping it clean and keeping the sport of boxing clean, and just being fair with how you do things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no fighter deserves to be cheated. You know what I'm saying? And every fighter, focusing on their craft and in the sport of boxing as professionals, I feel like it's no need to cheat. Long working hard, training hard, preparing yourself for a fight the right way. There's no need to cheat, man. I think it just need to keep the sport clean, no matter what country you from or coming over here, especially if you're coming over here and fighting over here in the States, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you fighting over there in the United Kingdom, or if you coming from Russia, or whatever country you coming from. But at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that you keeping it clean and stuff. And I'm all for the random blood testing and just cleaning up the sport, making sure nobody's cheating, nobody on enhancement or performance enhancement drugs or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want everything to be in place, man, and nobody's cheating. And because like I said, it's a lot of fighters that have lost their life in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? We have lost a lot of fighters in that ring, and it's been like that for a long time.
Yeah, it was like
In the
three.
sport of
Like it
boxing.
was three. Like last year, it was like three last year by itself. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy,
Right,
man. Yeah, that's terrible, man. You know what I'm
So,
saying? So
I wonder why people wonder why we get so upset when it comes to cheating too in America, because like you don't want to see that, especially when you know that those fighters are like deep rooted in their communities. That's why I think a lot of people kind of talk about it a lot as far as like Fury cheating. And I hope he didn't cheat, but like if it's cheating, it's cheating, man. And that's the thing. He has a record of seeming like that type of person. So that's the problem. And that's where the conflict comes in with people thinking that, it's all about tainting who Fury is. He made it bad on himself personally, and for the sport. He made it bad on the sport. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Because he just really I mean, for a guy his size, man, you got to admit, like he really a very skilled heavyweight, man, very talented fighter, and it's like it's no need to cheat. It's no need to be dirty. There's no need for none of that, man. I just feel like he don't have to do that because
I'm about to lose y'all. My phone died.
Damn, again, really?
So, Andrew, let me ask you something, yeah?
Yeah, what's going on?
Why do you think, I'm not a Wilder fan, yeah, but why do you think a lot of people, like, on the other side, like, they basically hate Wilder? Like, even when, before he lost, like, they couldn't wait until he lost. Why is that?
Well, I'm going to say this, man, and I'm going to keep it real. A lot of people probably hate Wilder is because of his personality. You know what I'm saying? Like they hate him because he did a lot of talking trash, a lot of things he probably have said, and to make and made himself seem like this villain. You know what I'm saying? And then when it came down to you know, saying that you're the baddest man on the planet and things of that nature, that you the most feared man in the heavyweight division. But when it came to certain situations, you know what I'm saying, it didn't, you know, you're not keeping that same energy, and you're not appearing to be this baddest man on the planet when it comes to certain situations. But at the end of the day, you know, saying a lot of people probably hate Wilder. Another reason why people probably hate Wilder is because that he, you know, because his lifestyle. Maybe it might be some guys that actually are that's jealous of his where he at, his status. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different reasons. Guys can be jealous because of his status, where he at. You know, being one of the top guys in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And it can just be his personality. It can be his attitude, and, you know, saying you the baddest man on the planet. And, you know, like, a lot of people felt that he was ducking Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially a lot of people from the United Kingdom, and a small percentage over here in the United States, over here in America, felt that he was ducking Dillian White. You know, you had a deal to fight Anthony Joshua for $100 million or $120 million, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And you call yourself to be the baddest man on the planet. Why you didn't take that deal? You know, so it's a lot of
Okay,
reasons.
before I talk about the contract, yeah, I just want to say something. I think as well, one of the reasons why they hate him, in my opinion, is because he's a proud black man. And, you know, Joshua and Dillian White, they don't come across, you know, that they, you know, representing their people. And I think that's one of the reasons why they hate him, because when he lost, they were saying like, oh, you lost on, you know, Black Month's Day, you know, because it was Black Month's Day or something like that. I think in the USA. Is that true or not?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this: even some of his own fans, even some of his own people, I mean, started hating him because it was during a month and a time where it was, you know what I'm saying, you were representing for your people, you know, like Black History Month, and you know, you get in there and you lose the fight, you know what I'm saying, and it's just not a good look, you know what I'm saying. Like, people like us, we'd be like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is, you know. He's a fighter, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but at the end of the day, you know, you might be upset because it was Black History Month, you know what I'm saying, and he lost, and he's supposed to get the victory. He was supposed to win for us, for his people, but he didn't win, he lost. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, I feel sorry for the people that, you know, are upset with him because he lost, you know, and he let down, you know, so-called his people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, it was a bad look on us. You're supposed to be representing us, but it's a bad look on us. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you went in there and you got beat the way you did, you know, during Black History Month. You know, a lot of people were upset with him about that, but, you know, he got a lot of he got a large following, and he got a lot of fans that, you know, that's still behind him and still support him and things of that nature. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, talk about the contract, you know, the 100 million or 120 million. I think that was true, but at the same time, I don't think Joshua was on that contract. I think DAZN wanted to sign him, and I think I got a feeling he's got a contract, even though it's not out there that he's got a contract with Al Heyman. But I actually believe that he's got a contract with Al Heyman. That's the reason why he never left, because, you know, you're saying like, oh, I want to sign you for 100 million or 120 million.
That's not
But
true.
the contract didn't state, you know, oh, it's, you know, Joshua's on the contract, you know?
I thought the contract stated that 2 fights with Joshua. 2 fights with Joshua, 1 fight with Dylan. 1 fight with Alexander. What's my boy name? Dominique Brazil. I'm sorry. Thought 1 fight was Dominique Brazil, 2 fights with Anthony Joshua. If y'all saying that's false, then I need y'all to, you know, kind of like present evidence or show me where it doesn't say that, or it doesn't state that, or
I heard that. I think John Skipper. I think he's one of the executive of DAZN. I think he apologized to Deontay Wilder, because the way they went about it was, you know, but it was quite wrong the way they went about it. It wasn't like, oh, you got, why does he have to fight Dominic Brazil? That's saying I want to lure you in. Why can't you just say, okay, you and Joshua, it's gonna get it on. This is political. This is why people always argue, because there's so much political going on when it comes to boxing. Like,
Exactly,
he said this,
bro.
he said that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's why I left it alone, man, because even it was a situation with the 50 million that was offered to Joshua coming from Wilder and his team, just like it could be a situation with the 120 million.
The 50 million, I know what the 50 million. The 50 million came from BT Sport, and obviously Joshua is not on BT Sport. He's with Sky, so obviously
That's
that
a
couldn't
lie.
happen.
No. It never came from BT Sport.
So where did it come from, Watcher? That's what I'm asking you. Where did it come from? Like, where did the 50 million come from? If it didn't come from BT Sports.
Hold on a sec. I'll be back in a sec. You guys keep talking, all right?
All right.
Okay, the 50 million, from what I've known, and you probably know about it as well, the 50 million came from BT Sport. I think BT Sport wanted to host a fight, but there's no way that can happen, because Sky Sport will be suing Anthony Joshua for it, because for a lot more than 50 million if he would have took that. So obviously that was never going to happen, but that's just him and Wilder going back and forward.
So hold on, time out. So it was a situation that it was a situation regarding that. It was a situation regarding his contract. So because of his contract, he couldn't receive that money because he couldn't fight on, like, they wanted to fight on that network, and he couldn't fight on that network because of his contract.
Yeah, because he's with Sky Sports exclusively. He's got a long-term contract with Sky Sports, and that's why BT Sport, he couldn't fight, and there was so much complication going on about it. Because at the end of the day, Joshua said, "Oh, offer me 50 million and I'll fight you," and Deontay Wilder sent him the offer. There you go, I got 50 million, fight me then. But at the same time, I still think he still could have fought him. He could have spoke to Sky and BT. Maybe they could have made a deal. Yeah. And I think when it comes to this, like, who stacked who, like, I personally don't get involved when it comes to that, because at the end of the day, factually, we don't really know, because all we see these articles, and this is what divides the fans. This is why people always argue, because they just want to hear one side and that's it. Their side is right, and and my side's fake and your side's right. That's what they always do. But
right.
I believe no one ducked no one. I just think these promotional, Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn is a lot to blame, to be honest, because Eddie Hearn, he could have done a lot more than what he's saying, because he's this English guy that that's looking good in front of the camera, because that's what they like, a guy with a suit that talks, but he can sell you a lie as well.
All right, let me get back. All right, so Andrew, you asked where it came from. All right, now I don't know where the 50 million from BT came from, but and what I mean is the rumor. Okay, BT hadn't even done a pay-per-view back then, so for one, they don't have that money, right? Two, okay, it's falsehood, because what happened was 50 million comes from backers, yes, such as Al Heyman, who's put the biggest fights in boxing history together, Shirley Finkel, and other backers that work with them. Okay, now that one was specifically for one fight between Joshua and Wilder. That was a guaranteed. Okay, then you got the upside, so the pay-per-view buys. Okay, the whole BT thing came from when Frank was just talking about valuation. Shelley came to him and he's like, how much do you think the fight is worth? Yeah, which regions can they also be available to? Okay, to question where it's coming from is a bit silly, because you have to understand Heyman and Shelley, they've put the biggest fights on. Right? Well, Shelley, because he's been in it a bit longer than Al Heyman, because Al Heyman came into boxing a bit later, right? But what are BT offering 50 million for? TV rights, like they can't afford that. That's just That rumor came out of nowhere. That makes no sense at all. You see that Frank Warren says BT was never going to supply 50 million. These are interviews. You guys can speak.
So you're saying that basically you're saying that the 50 million most definitely came from Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel,
And other backers.
and the backings. Okay. So why would they put it out there that it came from BT Sports?
Who are you talking about? The trolls and everything?
You know, people. You know, been
People.
people that's the channels. The writers, boxing writers. Saying boxing reporters. It was that the 50 that it came from BT.
Yeah,
BT Sports. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I forget who it was, but was it could have been Eddie Hearn. Was it Eddie Hearn that was saying that it came from BT Sports? So who else was saying it?
Oh man. No. Eddie. Oh look, IBT, what's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, just quickly before I move on, Andrew, I appreciate you coming on.
No problem, brother. No problem.
But anyway, so again, like you said, like news reporters, because IFL TV.
Yeah. I checked them out. Mm-hmm.
Now, look, Frank. People want to believe what they want to believe. They're like, oh, look, it came from there. People come out with it because they want to make excuses for why Hearn didn't allow Joshua to take it. Joshua's whole association with Matchroom is Hearn's allowed to block certain fights, all right? As opposed to Wilder, when he says he's his own boss, he's this, he's that, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of fighters under Al Heyman, they have a contract where Heyman can block fights. However, Wilder's is different. He doesn't allow that. He didn't. That's why when he signed with him in 2013, he didn't allow that arrangement to be had. But anyway, back to the BT thing. It's pretty simple. Like I just said, people want to shit on the deal. Oh, sorry, not the deal. Well, the deal, the $50 million one, right? And they want to make up lies about it. Shelley asked Frank about how much BT overall will pay for the fight, right? But it's not a direct intent to sell it to BT. They just wanted to know how much it would generate in the UK market because Eddie was at first refusing to talk about it, and then he later admitted that he was talking to Al Heyman about it, right? And again, the offer was $50 million for rights worldwide to the fight. So, yeah.
I'm just gonna say this, yeah. Like, I think the 50 million, obviously, there was something iffy about it, and the 100 million was iffy about it. All those, contract offers, I think, when you look at it in reality, I'm thinking there was something not right about it. Because at the end of the day, if things were the way it's supposed to be, I think Deontay Wilder would have taken that, But I think, there's so much things in boxing and so much business.
I'm gonna say this before I let both of you guys, you gentlemen, finish or speak. All I know that right now in the sport of boxing, is it's all about money. It's all about money. That's the number one thing. It's all about money. You know what I mean? We know the business side of boxing. We know that these fighters, they have their teams and people that pretty much handles their career. You know what I'm saying? So we know that it's negotiations. They gotta agree upon terms. They gotta make sure everything is good. And if contract is being presented, make sure everything is everything is pretty much in place on that contract before signing that contract. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we got to remember, if if this don't sound right to a fight, one fighter and his team, I don't think they're gonna go with it. If knowing that they can probably end up making way more money than being offered. It's the same on. It could be the same thing on both ends. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it real. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder was a fight the boxing world wanted to see. And I believe even at the time, that fight could have generated a lot of money. The fight is worth, don't matter what network is showing the fight, no matter where the fight has been held, that fight is worth, it would have been worth a lot of money. And at the end of the day, I know sometimes fighters might have an issue. Well, if he's getting this, what's up? Nah, I can't. He can't be getting this, and I'm only getting this. I understand that issue, and then it becomes a problem. You know. So, but at the end of the day, that fight would have been worth a lot of money. I felt that no fighter ducked each. I felt that Wilder didn't duck Joshua. Joshua didn't duck Wilder. I felt that it was a money issue. And I felt that, you know, the fight was going to be worth so much money. It shouldn't have been an issue. You know what I'm saying? That it was going to be worth so much money. It shouldn't have been an issue. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, and to piggyback off that as well, yeah, it shouldn't have been an issue. But I think Eddie Hearn couldn't help himself by, you know, insulting Shirley Finkel, by calling him Shirley Finkel, you know, all that sort of stuff, being childish. I think his dad should have handled it a bit more, because Eddie Hearn was really, really disrespectful the way he went about it. Yeah. And had it been somebody else, had Anthony Joshua been with Frank Warren, I think we would have seen Anthony Joshua versus Wilder a while ago. But I think the arrogance of Eddie Hearn, people always, you know, like I live in the UK, yeah? People always say, oh, Eddie Hearn is such a nice guy. He's such a gentleman. No, he's not, man. He's a liar. He lies to us, but people don't see that. But look, if he's so good, yeah, why did he not make the fight? And why is it that Frank Warren, yeah, is making, you know, Tyson Fury against Wilder, but Eddie Hearn can't make the fight? Because, you know, he hasn't got the skills to do that. He's just too arrogant, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. But listen, it's all about coming together, man. Y'all, you seen how it was. Even though I know that, just gonna use this as an example. Even though I know that Bob Arum and Al Heyman, you know, knew each other for a long time, and pretty much didn't have no problem doing business with each other. You know, when it came to the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight, you know, even though Mayweather was in a way in his own boss, but he still, you know, had Al Heyman pretty much as his advisor, his businessman. You know what I'm saying? To most definitely put everything and make sure everything is in order, everything is in place. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and when it came to Manny Pacquiao, he had Bob Arum and his team, and they came together. So these guys can come together, you know, agree upon terms, you know, negotiate, agree upon terms, and make the fight happen. Because at the end of the day, man, I'm all about the best fighting the best. And at the end of the day, fighters got to get paid. They gotta live. They gotta take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? And they look to receive they payday. And they know when they'll get up against a certain fighter that has a name, you know, oh no, I know that I should be getting this amount. I know that what I should be getting. And a fight of this magnitude, you know, I know what my worth, me as a fighter, I know what my worth is. So at the end of the day, just making sure everything is fair when it comes to that, you know, I'm like both fighters, whether it's 50-50, 60-40, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I say 50-50 because it's like one of the biggest, it would have been one of the biggest fights in boxing history, one of the biggest showdowns in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what the problem was as well? Like, there's a lot of Anthony Joshua fans, and they were saying like, oh, he's got 3 belts or 4 belts, but 3 of them are recognized. So they're saying like, oh, why should it be 50-50? And Eddie Hearn is coming out saying the same thing. Why should it be 50-50 when we gave Joseph Parker 35%, and Charles Martin, he had some sort of percentage. I can't remember how much it was. But then you're giving Klitschko that came back from retirement a 50-50, but you don't want to give Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder is not Joseph Parker or Charles Martin. This guy got a lot of KOs. Doesn't matter who he KOs, but at the end of the day, they were all men. He knocked them out. So, he was a big name in America. Everyone knows him, the Bronze Bomber. The American king and the UK king, they could have fight against each other 50-50. And I think Wilder would have been happy with that. I just think Eddie Hearn was just too greedy, and this is what affected us. Now we might never see this fight again. This is the thing, man. I don't think we're gonna see this fight. Do you think this fight is gonna happen?
I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna say this. The thing is, Wilder has a chance to get his, to train, work hard, get himself together, work on a few things, sharpen up on a few things. You know what I'm saying? And just prepare in a way that he needs to prepare. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going up against a very skilled fighter. You know what I'm saying? In Tyson Fury, you're going up against a fighter that's been boxing, been boxing ever since he was 12, 13 years old. So you can slightly say Fury has the advantage. He has more experience when it comes to who's been in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Who's been in the sport of boxing longer than who, and who has the experience. I felt that there's some things that Wilder could have worked on sooner in his career that would have made him a whole nother animal, a whole nother beast. And I take nothing away from Wilder. He's athletic. He's dangerous. He got, little simple technique of setting up the right hand. He's became a little bit more patient. He's become a little bit more patient at setting up the right hand, by throwing a lazy jab to set it up, baiting a lazy jab to set it up. So he became smart in that area, you know what I'm saying, setting up the right hand. But at the end of the day, I just feel there's a little bit more he should have been working on that would have helped him better prepare for a style like Tyson Fury. But I'm gonna say this: Wilder has a puncher's chance, man, and Wilder is still dangerous. I favor Tyson Fury to beat him again. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all about when these two fighters step in the ring, man. And Wilder has, like I say, he's still a fighter, and he's still dangerous. He still has that lethal right hand, and he still has a chance. It's a few, like I said, it's a few other things he needs to work on, and hopefully he work on those things to prepare him a little bit better this time for a style like Tyson Fury. But at the end of the day, if Wilder lose again, he's listen, if he lose again, listen, people gonna say what they say. They're gonna say what they say about him. They're gonna feel how they feel. I know they're gonna come at him. They're gonna come after him, and they're gonna throw his name down in the mud. But at the end of the day, he's still dangerous for some of these other heavyweights out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if he can't get past Fury, even though I feel Joshua is a tough fight for him stylistically, Joshua is a tough fight for him. But at the end of the day, if Wilder do get past Fury, let's just say if he does get past Fury, then yes, there is still hope. There is still hope for the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight. For that bout is still hope. There's still hope because you got to remember, it's for undisputed. Wilder gets past Fury, that's going to put him in a position. Joshua got to take care, Kubrat Pulev and mandatories. I don't know if they might work out a deal where he can take care of that Usyk situation later on, down the line. But at the end of the day, because that's another mandatory. But at the end of the day, Wilder does come back. He come back and he defeats Tyson Fury. He's now has put himself back in position for undisputed and has a chance to win all the belts. So it's still a chance. You can't count. People can disagree, or they can agree or disagree, but he still has a chance. He still has a chance. I feel that Fury's the better man, but at the end of the day, you can't count him out yet. You can't count him out because it's all about when the two fighters step in the ring, and that's going to determine what it's going to be going forward.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, even let's say if he doesn't, beat Fury, he can still fight AJ. But the thing is, my problem is with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, as long as Anthony Joshua is with Eddie Hearn, it feels like Eddie Hearn is playing too much games. And when he talks, he's very convincing. Like, I used to actually believe him, but then I realized he's full of, a lot of, I don't want to swear, but he's full of crap basically. Yeah. So Eddie Hearn is not really trying his hardest to make that fight. I don't know. Is he scared that AJ is gonna get knocked out? Why is he not doing it? He's always talking about money, this, money, that. Give the guys 50-50. Even if he doesn't beat Fury, give him 45, whatever. You know what I mean? Don't say like, oh, I'm gonna give you like 30%, because the fight is not gonna happen, and we as fans are gonna suffer. And to talk about the Fury against Wilder the trilogy, I think the last fight, I don't know what was wrong with him, but clearly he wasn't himself. And some people were saying, Fury drained him out. He done this to him, he done that. He put his weight on. Okay, when he fights in a trilogy, he needs to stay away from him. I know Wilder got a beautiful left jab. His left jab, is really good. Just use your left jab, and don't look for the right hand. Just be patient, like you did with Luis Ortiz, and get him out of there. But I just think the Wilder that fought, like, especially the way he went about it, he went down with a body shot. I've seen many times I've seen Wilder getting hit many times with a body shot, and he never went down. Like, that's why I'm thinking, something was wrong. I'm not accusing, Tyson Fury, but it could have been maybe him not feeling well. I don't know. You know what I mean? It sounds like excuses, but I don't know, man. For me, watching Wilder for since 2013, he didn't look like himself, man.
Right, and that's how I felt. And honestly, that's how I felt in the first fight with Joshua and Ruiz. I felt that something was off about Joshua, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't take away from what Andy Ruiz was able to do. I don't take away from his victory. I'm not making no excuses or none of that, because it's over with. It's done. Joshua was able to bounce back, get his titles back, and and on to the next. And can Wilder do the same thing? Can he? This is either going to make him or break him. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, did Tyson Fury take a lot out of Wilder? Will he be the same fighter? Or could this have made Wilder much stronger and made him and it's going to allow him to come back on a whole nother level, mentally and physically, on a whole nother level, and this time make it a war? Could we see a whole totally different Wilder? Because now he really has something to prove. Now he really wants to go in there and execute and show people that I'm still here and I'm not going nowhere. Yes, it's going to be tough because Tyson Fury is a skilled fighter, good boxer, and he's also dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I want everything the next time around. I don't want to hear no more excuses. I wanted to be a good a good clean fight, no dirty tactics, no none of that. No, I don't want Wilder coming to the ring wearing no costumes and none of that. Don't wear no costumes, Wilder. Don't put no costume on. Come to the ring with just with no costume, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I want your legs to be strong. I want you to be 100% in shape, 100% good, healthy, and all of that. Because I don't want no more excuses. I want and the same thing when it comes to Tyson Fury, man. I just want to see two fighters put on a good show, put on an entertaining fight, and whatever the outcome is, that's what it is. It is what it is, man.
I actually believe if we see the Wilder face the Bermane the second fight, that type of Wilder, wild and like you might want to call it windmill, but that's very effective. If he's like that, aggressive, like you said, war, I actually think he can hurt Fury if he goes at him like non-stop.
Well, we've seen it before. We've seen it before because
we've seen him knocking him down.
The same fight, the same fighter that fought against Stavern, was the same fighter, that fought against Fury the first time. You know what I'm saying? And Fury is just that good. He's just that skilled. You got to remember, he's been boxing ever since a kid. And he's been.
Let me ask you something, Andrew. The first fight with Bermane Stavern, yeah, that kind of reminded me of the Wilder that just lost. It wasn't that much effective. I know he won on points, but he wasn't like about war. There wasn't a lot of anger in him. But the second one, he was a different animal. So that's why I'm thinking, could we see that type of animal again?
When you talk about this, you're talking about the second Stavern fight.
The first fight with Bermane Stavern. It kind of reminds me of.
Okay. He needs to be the Wilder that needs to come back is the Wilder that was up against Stavern the second time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, the second one, because the first one that reminded me of what happened, in February 23rd, because he wasn't really that effective when he faced Bermane Stavern the first fight. But the second fight, he was about war. He was aggressive. He was going like gun blazing. And if you do see that type of Wilder, I actually think he will KO him. Like just whatever happens, just go at him. Because when you watch the fight again, the fight that happened about 3 months ago, and Fury is the one that was aggressive. He's the one that was running to Wilder. He was the one that was like about. He was about a fire. You could see the fire in his eyes. And if we can have both men like that, oh my God, we're gonna have some treat, man.
It's gonna be if that Wilder comes back, it's gonna be a very entertaining fight because Fury don't mind going to war. Wilder, we know will go to war. Fury don't mind going to war. He's just not gonna do the herky jerky sticking move, show good head movement, show good footwork, and use his reach and hit you from a distance. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna just counter you and get in and get out. Fury will sit there and fight on the inside with you. And if we see that in the trilogy, Wilder slugging it, end up being a slug fest, and they're going at it on the inside, just boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day, gotta be smart. It got to be smart at the same time because you can't get hit too many shots, from Wilder, and Wilder can't take cumulative of punches from Fury. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember they both big heavyweights.
And also, like, at the end of the day, I think, because Fury is a little bit taller than him, so he can get him with the uppercut as well. I believe if he walks on his uppercut, because, he's Wilder's a little bit shorter. Shorter fighter is always more likely to uppercut the taller fighter. Yeah. And I just think, man, this Wilder that's coming, man, it's gonna be full of fire, man. I can't wait for this fight, man.
We're gonna have to, I'm gonna be honest with you, P Boxing, man. He's gonna have to be like, I give Wilder credit, man. He has a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people's not gonna admit it, but I keep it real. That's who I am. Wilder has a lot of heart, and Wilder Wilder showed me he had a lot of heart in a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is,
and he didn't quit, and he didn't even quit. People are saying he quit, but he didn't quit.
Fury was the better man. Fury was the better man that night. But Wilder did not quit. Wilder wanted to continue. That's what I'm saying. That Wilder has heart, and I give him credit. I give him credit for that, man. You know, and you showed, and it showed that he had heart when he went up against Louis King Kong Ortiz the first fight. He showed he had heart. You know, because he was in a dangerous situation in one of those in one of those late rounds. You know, against in the first fight against Louis King Kong Ortiz. So he showed that he had heart. You know, he trust me, he'll go out on his feet, man. You'll have to, you know, he's like one of those type of fighters. That's how I was when I was doing a little bit of amateur boxing. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got out of it real early, but I always used boxing as a workout. You know what I'm saying? I was able to train.
What weight division was you in when you was boxing?
When you talking about, I was like probably like at the time I was like I did it from like 13 to 14. I was I had a little size, so I was more like a lightweight, something like that.
Oh, so you was a boxer, yeah?
Yeah. I did a little bit back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? I did a little bit back in the day, but I use it as a workout nowadays. I spar with a couple of guys and stuff, you know, around my city, different other cities and stuff like that. You know, so you know, I love boxing, man.
Andrew, you know, Andrew, you know, like you're all right, but you know, some of the other brothers from like America, like I don't understand what the hate's about, man. Like on Wilder, man. Like, you know, I mean, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, I know, like, you know, the guy, you know, he only came to boxing just to, you know, provide for his family, for his daughter, and you know, and look at the success he got, and like you got all these other brothers. Like I'm not gonna say their names, but you know them as well. Like, you know, the videos that they make, it's disappointing to see that, man. Like they can't leave it alone, other than, you know, okay, report on the fight once or twice, but the way they do their stuff, man, it's bad, bro, man. Especially the way you guys are in America. Like the struggle, it's just unbelievable, bro, man.
Yeah, man, and yeah, I know that. Even myself, I had to do a little better, man, when it comes to, you know, talking about certain fighters. You know, maybe it might be something I disagree with, or something I see, or something I don't like, or whatever. But at the end of the day, I had to learn, and it's always been inside of me. It's always have been inside of me, and I always learned. And I said it plenty of times in a lot of my videos, man. Whether it's videos from a year and a half ago, or you know, up to 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I always say, you know, you have to respect every fighter that step in the ring and that put their life on the line. Whether it's your favorite fighter or not, you got to respect every fighter that put their life on the line for our entertainment, brother. And I respect every fighter. It might be a fighter that, you know, and I don't have nothing against no fighter. No, I don't have nothing against no fighter, man. You know, I know a lot of people will see me going in on Wilder and stuff like that, and a lot of old videos and stuff like that. And previous, maybe it's not too old videos, but at the end of the day, I had my reasons, but I never disliked Wilder or had any hate towards Wilder. And you know, people may be like, well, people can be like, well, you was just doing it. You was, you know, just doing it for clout, or you was just doing it, you know what I'm saying, to get fans and to get subscribers. No, not really, man. I love the sport of boxing, and if I see
Andrew though, like I can make a video right now, yeah. I make videos, yeah, but I never really talk bad about Wilder, because I know for a fact that if I talk bad about Wilder, yeah, I'll get like about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like thousand like in one go, like, you know, like one of those ones. Like people, for some reason, all these subscribers, yeah, they love it when you like take the Mickey out of Deontay Wilder. And you know what I mean, it's like that's why a lot of the brothers in America are like, you know, doing the same thing, so then they can get the subscribers. I'm not saying you're doing it, but I definitely know that they're doing it for sure.
Right. But at the end of the day, man, you got to respect all the top fighters, man. You got to respect whether you hate them or you love them, or you have something against them, you like them or dislike them. You got to respect all the top fighters. You got to respect Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect Tyson Fury. You got to respect Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect Dillian White. You got to respect, Louis King Kong Ortiz. You got to respect Joseph Parker. You got to respect these fighters, man, because they putting, Derek Chisora, Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I can Andy Ruiz Jr. You got to respect these guys because they getting in the ring, putting their life on the line, working hard, putting themselves in a position. Fighters may slack, might get caught up in a certain lifestyle because they making that money and stuff like that. That's understandable. But at the end of the day, they put in work and they had to work hard to get themselves to the position that they're in or were in to fight for a title or fight to become a champion and things of that nature. So you got to respect that. And I believe in the respect. You got to show respect to all of these fighters, man, because you're not the one putting your life on the line. They are the ones putting their life on the line. They are the one getting in that ring. They are the one that had to work. They had to get them build. They had to build their resume up within those couple of years or that a certain period of time just to get to a certain level, just to get to the level they on right now. So you got to respect all these fighters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, man, life is too short for that BS. It's a war going on, and I don't want to. I honestly, I have nothing against no man. Nope, I have nothing against nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if I told you that I have been to hell and back, bro, everything I've been through, everything I see and saw, everything I experienced from a youngster all the way up now, I'm saying, up to now, and where I'm at now, to say that I am blessed, that I have escaped life and death situations so many times, and that I'm a miracle standing right now. If I can tell you that, you know what I'm saying? And then you may be like, okay, I can respect that. He real. At the end of the day, I might come off on YouTube as this funny guy that likes to talk about boxing as a boxing reporter, boxing analyst, and I do live commentary. And and I might say certain things, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna let people know who I am, and I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna let people know who I am, and I'm gonna keep it real. But at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, bro, that have no hate towards no man, or no fighter, no man, no person. I'm one of the coolest cats you can ever meet that you'll ever know if you was to actually sit down, have a conversation with me, or go hang out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And chop it up, and and when you get to know me, you'll be like, damn, this is one of the coolest, funniest cats I ever met. But it's all about getting to know who a person really is, brother. And it's the same thing when these fans, the same thing with these fans when it comes to these fighters. You may think they're a certain way, but away from boxing, they might be a totally different person.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. Like, obviously, I've seen you like on a couple of channels like Unrivaled and other few channels as well. Like yeah, I've never seen you like as a different type of cat, man. Like you so far, I know I've seen a few of your videos you trashing Wilder, but at the same time, I don't think you meant it. I think it's like fun and kind of games. I think how you done it. But these other brothers, man, oh my days, man, it's just like I just feel like because if you do that, yeah, about Lomachenko, yeah, I'm telling you, yeah, some of these brothers, yeah, they won't have no subscribers. If you do that with Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, yeah. You know what I mean? This is a thing, man. But if you do that with Wilder, this the playing field is not fair, bro, man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why I ain't gonna lie. I took a big break, man. I'm just focusing on making sure my family is safe. And it's a lot of drama. It's a lot of foolishness going on in the boxing, in the YouTube side of boxing. I'm in the boxing. I'm in the when it comes to the boxing side of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of drama, and all I know, man, I try not to get it. I try not to get involved. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if somebody is calling me out, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation like men. You got an issue with me? Let's talk about it. Or if you want to debate, or if it's something that you disagree with, let's have a conversation, man. So we can chop it up like real men and come to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I have nothing against no boxing channel. I have nothing against no man, no woman, no person. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I always tell my all my people, man, that follow me and that rock with me. At the end of the day, it's all about love and respect. It's all about showing love and showing respect at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, it's no hate. There's no evil. There's no hate. It's all about showing love and respect at the end of the day. That's what that's my motto. That's what I go by. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know it's some areas I got to do better in, but that's the reason why I took a little break, man. I haven't been doing a lot of, well, of course, because boxing, is on a standstill, but I haven't, I normally do live commentaries. I normally cover certain fights and things of that nature, when it comes to, boxing events and stuff like that. But as far as just talking about what's going on, like, right now in boxing, I just took a break from it, man. At the end of the day, I just like to sit back and just go to other channels and and check out other channels and check out their content or see what they're talking about when it comes to talking about boxing or regarding boxing, so it is what it is, man. But
thing is though about boxing, like there's nothing really to talk about other than this current news that the developing news that about Wilder. Other than that, I don't think I think Murat Kassiev, I think he wants to fight was it Andy Ruiz, something like that. I forgot the name now. The guy that he wants to Kolnacki. There's rumors. There's just rumors at the moment. There's nothing really going on. Like with Dillian White, his fight apparently is gonna happen in June behind closed doors.
Alexander Povetkin, right?
Yeah. He's fighting Alexander Povetkin. This is another thing as well. Like like Dillian White, yeah. You probably think Dillian White is like top fighter, right? Or am I wrong?
Dillian White, I just look at his resume. Yeah, he is most definitely top 10. You know what I'm saying? You could say top 5 or top 10, however you want to, wherever you want to put him. But you got to look at his resume. He's fought some solid guys. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, and I think it's stylistically it's going to be a good fight. Dillian White versus Alexander Povetkin, and that's what I'm all about, man. I'm all about seeing. And I love, and the heavyweight division is my favorite division. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see certain fighters go against each other. You know what I'm saying? I just like seeing the best fight the best. No matter who it is, out of the top 10, top 15, I just want to see the best fight the best, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dillian White, yeah, like he's gonna be fighting Povetkin, yeah. He's like 40 years old, yeah. Like obviously he's still good. I'm not gonna take credit away from Povetkin.
Yeah, Povetkin,
he's dangerous, yeah. He's dangerous, but then again, he struggled with Michael Hunter. So,
but Michael Hunter is a little slick, crafty fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't easy for him at all.
And he also fought his last fight. He fought Marius Wach. I believe he's about 40 years old as well. And this is a thing, when people say like, oh, this guy's fighting an old guy, the thing is everyone is doing it, you know what I mean? Like, let's call it for spade, like
right. Exactly, bro. You can't say, oh, where he fighting this. Well, man, what top heavyweight haven't fought a guy that's out of this that's a little past their prime and that's at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. At the end of the day, you're gonna be stuck looking crazy, man. And you can't contradict yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they all have done it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's part of boxing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I just think they all do it at the end of the day. Like, okay, Dillian White. Okay, I think he's a decent fighter. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's top 5, maybe top 7. And I think his best win, I actually think it's Oscar Rivas. I don't even think it's Joseph Parker, because the Joseph Parker that he fought wasn't himself. I don't know what happened to Joseph Parker, man. He's a good fighter, but for some reason, he's lacking like hard, like, because I actually believe if Joseph Parker went full on against Dillian White, actually he would have beaten him. But for some reason he was, he was holding back. So that's why I'm saying Oscar Rivas is his best win, because he could have lost that fight because he got knocked down. And I actually thought that was actually a knockout, but he got up just in time. Dillian White, man, he's who else is credible? I don't really think Derek Chisora is credible. Derek Chisora, he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong.
That was a very, very tough fight for him, bro. Like Derek Chisora, I'm telling you, this guy has this guy has a lot of momentum now. He's like he's a different fighter, even at the age. And Derek Chisora is one of those type of fighters, bro. He got so much heart, and he's gonna come forward, and he's gonna force you to fight. That's why I love and appreciate a style like Derek Chisora, and that's why I most definitely give Dillian White credit for winning over a veteran like Derek Chisora, but it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the Oscar Rivas fight was also a dangerous fight and also a tough fight for him. Just because this guy don't have a name of a Fury, and doesn't mean he wasn't a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that these guys are tough, man. And at the end of the day, I also most definitely, give him credit for wanting to step in there and fight the best. He fought Joshua, and he came up short. But at the end of the day, you gotta be honest, and you gotta keep it real. Dillian White, he come to fight, and he wants to fight the top guys.
When he fought Joshua, I think he was too emotional involved. When he fought Joshua, yeah, he was too emotional. I think Joshua was more the calmer guy. Dillian White was like, I beat you in an amateur, I can beat you again now in the pro. So that's why. But yeah, this Derek Chisora, yeah, I do kind of give him credit in some sort of way, because the Derek Chisora that, for example, Fury and Klitschko beat, I think it's not the same type of Derek Chisora. This is a new Derek Chisora. Mm-hmm. This is a Derek Chisora that, he's smelling, a title shot. He's only one win away from a title shot. Imagine if he beats Usyk. I don't actually think he's going to beat Usyk. And Usyk's going to be a little bit too much for him.
Oh man, you agree, man. Finally, somebody that see it the way I see it, bro. Like finally, you know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like Derek Chisora is gonna push. I believe he's gonna push Usyk, man. He's gonna push him. He's gonna bring the fight to him. But at the end of the day, I think Usyk is smart. He's so well calculated, and he's smart, and he just that one of those volume punchers, that guys that's good at setting traps, and good at working off his jab and throwing combinations and throwing punches from different angles, got good lateral movement. I just think he's one of those superior fighters that's going to kind of like outbox Derek Chisora. I don't see him stopping him. I just see him really just outboxing him, bro. Like I just see him outboxing Derek Chisora. But Derek Chisora, he can't fall into Derek Chisora's trap. He can't fight on the inside with him because that's dangerous. Because we know Derek Chisora has power, and he's good at fighting on the inside. He's very aggressive, and he's very strong. So at the end of the day, Usyk is going to have to get in and get out, box him, beat him from the outside, and be smart. And we know Usyk is a smart fighter. He can't take too many shots from Derek Chisora. He can't.
He's a southpaw. I think this is gonna be an easy fight because he's a southpaw. He's slick. He can't stop moving, and he's a bit too much. But at the same time, you never know if this is a possessed Derek Chisora that is aggressive and he doesn't care what's gonna happen to him. But we know that Derek Chisora is also vulnerable to left hooks, and you know what? Usyk is actually a lefty, so this could be an early night.
So hold on. So you saying that Alexander Usyk could stop Derek Chisora?
I think so, yeah, because he got knocked out in it by Dillian White, the second fight with the left. because he don't see that coming.
So you think Derek Chisora possesses the power? Possesses the power of
You mean Usyk? You mean Usyk?
I'm sorry, yeah. Alexander Usyk possesses the power of a Dillian White, at heavyweight.
I think like I've always said, people that come from cruiserweight, I think it's a heavyweight. Let's face it, at the end of the day, because I don't even know why there's so much weight division in boxing, and this is the problem with boxing, because most of these cruiserweight, they always move up anyway, so of course they got the power, and I think, the guy is what, 6'3", 6'4", Usyk's not a small.
6'4", 6'3.5", 6'4", something like that. Yeah,
it's not a small guy at the end of the day. This is a big dude, like we're talking about. He's the same size, arguably, like Dillian White size. So, for him, I honestly think he has got the power. And I think
no. He's not Dillian White size. He's smaller. He's smaller,
but for him to get to that type of size, he don't even need to be that size to have the power. We've seen Deontay Wilder. He doesn't weigh that much, and he's got that freakish power. So, at the same time, he's gonna frustrate him. I think he's gonna dance him around, and Chisora is gonna get, he's gonna run out of gas, and then that's when the knockout comes. I think
he's gonna fatigue. Yeah, I kind of see it happening like that too. Like a cumulative of punches going to wear him down, and he's going to start to fatigue. And I think that's when we see Alexander Usyk come on strong and start picking them apart, with the combinations, and just break them down and just really get the TKO victory, or maybe even maybe can knock him out. But I see him TKOing. If it happens, I can see the TKO victory for him. Something like that, similar to what you're saying. If something like that happens, I can see TKO victory, for Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people are writing off Usyk because of his last fight with Weatherspoon. I think that was not the proper Usyk. I think people write people off normally. Okay, look at Fury, for example. Fury, he fought like someone like Otto Walling and Panyata, whatever his name is, and Safari, and he didn't look good. But that's what I mean. Yeah, these fighters, they can change, like just like that. So Usyk got a lot to give. Whether he's gonna beat them all the way the people on the internet are saying, I don't agree with that. When you speak to these people online, they say like, yeah, Usyk will beat them all and all that stuff like that. Now, I don't think he beat them all, but I think he'll beat Chisora. But after that, I don't know how far he can go. But if I was him, I wouldn't, take the AJ fight just yet, because that's a risky gamble.
Yeah,
I would say just wait.
Yeah. The top guys are more, based on styles, are very entertaining fights, but they are risky fights, though. Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Fury, Wilder, they are risky fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Watcher, you still there, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm just letting you all talk.
Yeah, man, we've covered, the Fury, Wilder. We said, what he needs to do to win the fight. Obviously, he needs to go gun blazing. He needs to be like how he was the second fight with Bermane Stiverne. We need that type of Wilder if you want him to win. We talked about Usyk, as you heard. There's not a lot to talk about. Dillian White's fight happening, I think, in June. Pulev against.
What about I'm interested. I was putting some video footage up. What about Joshua versus Pulev? What do we think venue-wise? Because Eddie's saying that they want it in the UK, but he's pretty much saying it's impossible there. So they say Croatia maybe, in like an amphitheater, so like where it fits like 2,000 people or something. Even though that's unrealistic right now because of the virus, but
right.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Who wins it?
The thing is, that is going to be, the tough situation as far as where the fight, wherever the fight is, wherever they're trying to, do, however they're trying to do it, like as far as where the fight's being held at, but because of the situation we're dealing with right now with this pandemic, you know, dealing with this COVID-19 situation. But like honestly, man, you know, Kubrat Pulev, in a way, he's dangerous. You know, he is a veteran. You know, in a way, he's dangerous. You know, but at the end of the day, he's not as skilled. He's not as skilled as Anthony Joshua. And I just think that it's going to be one of those fights where Joshua breaks him down. You know, pick him apart, break him down, and then get a late stoppage. But he has to be careful though, because this man is dangerous. This man has power. He can't make any mistakes. He can't take too many shots. He can't afford to make too many mistakes, and he can't take too many good hard shots from Kubrat Pulev. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy, like I say, the guy has a puncher's chance. He is dangerous, and you know he's not a terrible boxer. He can do a few things. You know what I'm saying? He can do a few things. You know, as far as the way he you know set up his punches. But at the end of the day, I just think that Josh was a little bit more skilled. And I think that he's going to be smart, and I think he knows. I think he will have the right game plan to defeat a fighter with a style like Kubrat Pulev. So I can say a late round stoppage or something like that. But anything can happen. You know, upsets can happen. You know what I'm saying? An upset can happen. But you know, when you got two big punches, you know, with a guy that has a puncher's chance, anything can happen.
You never know, who's gonna win. But the thing is, what I was gonna say is, like Pulev, he's got a strong right hand. Yeah, he's one of the hardest puncher in the division. But he needs the left first, a jab, to get that right. Do you see what I'm saying? He can't just come with the right. So, you know, by the time he does the left, AJ gets him. This is the problem that I got with Pulev. And at the same time, you know, Pulev, you know, has he got the heart? He showed me so far that he doesn't want this fight. All the indication that I'm getting at is Pulev doesn't want this fight. I know he's been quite vocal lately on social media saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to beat Anthony Joshua. I want to beat all the British and this is that. But we know that they were supposed to fight, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And, Pulev pulled out the last 10 days. So Pulev, man, like, he's a good fighter, but I don't know, man. I think he hasn't got the heart. And this is what's going to get him it's going to make him lose, I think.
Right. Yeah, I feel you on that, man.
What you think? I think Josh will be too much for him. I think he's so mentally strong now. From the Ruiz loss, he's just added so many more elements to his game. He's able to outbox. He's able to box punch. He's able to fight you on the inside really hard. I think Pulev will struggle with that body work. I think Joshua's going to take his time at the start and just slowly break him down. I think Pulev is going to have trouble with the pace, but he will come to fight. I don't think he'll come for just a payday and just to lay down. He will go out on a shield, I think. I think P-boxing questions his heart, but I saw him in that Klitschko fight, and even though he was completely outclassed and he got knocked down so many times within 5 rounds, he came back and he landed some good shots. I think Joshua needs to be careful of that right hook he throws, because I saw him in that Dinu fight and I was like, he's hitting the back of the neck, so like Joshua's just got to be careful of that stuff. But I think it's unintentional. He throws that shot out of left field and it's hard to read. But I think Joshua defensively now is, I think, too good to be hit with shots like that. Keeps his hands high. He has that small shoulder roll. His footwork is better. I think it will be a demolition job, but I think Pulev can maybe win a couple rounds, just based off that good, solid European boxing foundation he has. It's a good fight, really. I mean, he's fighting his number 1 IBF mandatory. I at times I've said that Dillian, look, everyone fights people that are older. But, you know, every fighter's fought older guys. I think Pulev's still got a good chance, and Joshua's fighting a top guy in the sanctioning body. So I mean, I can't complain. I really can't. I'm happy it's happening. You know.
Yeah, I agree, man. I can't wait to see the fight. You know, so it's gonna be. I believe it's gonna be a very entertaining fight, man. You know, so I just think that I give the edge to Joshua. I get the advantage, you know, slight advantage to Joshua, but at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I think people that haven't really paid attention to Kubrat Pulev before, I think they need to go back and watch some of his old fights because he's gonna come to fight. He has a lot of heart and he's an experienced veteran, so it's not gonna be easy for Joshua. But I just think that Joshua, you know, has evolved and has become a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I give him most definitely the victory over against the very tough and dangerous veteran.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with Joshua's whole schedule, he is fighting once this year. Eddie Hearn said, which is reasonable. I think that's a good idea. Depending on what happens with Wilder and Fury, you know, that could be in the mix. After Pulev, it might be Fury next, or the winner of that fight. But I wouldn't mind seeing Usyk fight Joshua. You know, that's a good fight as well, depending on how he goes against Chisora. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of stuff is up in the air at the moment, you know. So we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, man, I gotta go make sure my family is good, man. I appreciate you having me on, Watcher, man, and P Boxing, man. Appreciate you chopping it up. What you two as well, man. You already know,
Yeah, man.
What time it is, man. But I appreciate you watching, allowing me to come on your platform, man. Allow me to come on your live stream, and I was glad we was able to chop it up, man, and stuff like and things of that nature. But you know, at the end of the day, man, I just wanted you to know where where I'm at, when it comes to certain things, man. But at the end of the day, you have a good channel, man, and keep doing what you're doing and keep up the good work, my brother.
Well, I've been following you for a while. You got a good channel too, my man. You know, nothing personal. You know, it is just YouTube. You know, but
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. You're welcome anytime. We're live. I always put links in the chat, so anyone that's reasonable anyway can hop in and talk. So that's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Well, you brothers have a blessed night, man. Most definitely, we'll have to do this again.
100%.
Yeah, man, it's been great talking to you, man, Andrew Tucker, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're a fair guy, and it takes a man to say what you said today. Respect to you, and you know what? I'll speak to you next time, man.
All right, next time, man. All right, P Boxing. All right, Watcher. Catch y'all guys later, man.
Same, man. All right.
So have you covered everything? Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you covered most of the stuff?
Yeah, I'll just finish up soon. Hold on, let me just take this out. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Oh, that was good. We got another person on. That's good. I got to start getting on a bit earlier just to get a few more people in because I was on Fanon's channel.
Watcher, what time is Australia right now?
That's like 1.
1 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out like the best time is when it's like 6 about 8 no, actually wait, about 7 o'clock UK time. I think that's when you'll get a lot of viewers because at this time, like, not a lot of people come around, you know what I mean? Because it's like 4 o'clock right now in the UK, and I don't know what time it is in America, but for some reason there's not that much people on YouTube right now at this time. Anyway, I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, because where I'm at, it's daytime. I think everyone's asleep. It's like late night and in the other places. So yeah, I mean, what else? Any other thing I want to talk about? I think that's really it. I mean, I think tomorrow there'll be some news, but I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the whole Wilder rumor thing. You know, I look forward to
I
hearing
hope he
more
doesn't
about
come. I really hope. I don't know, man. It looks like he will, because at the end of the day, if he doesn't speak, then obviously Blue and 78 are gonna look bad. So Wilder, it's out there now. So this is messed up now. I just wish they didn't put it out there. But now this is out there now. People are waiting on Wilder now. So I don't know, man.
Well, they got to deliver. You know, they got to deliver. I feel like this all could have just been avoided if they just sat tight with it. But you know what? We'll see, man. I mean, but I'll finish up now, man. Thanks for hopping on.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you next time, yeah?
Yep, you too.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
All good. All right. And that will wrap it up right there.